Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Space News Pod, a daily podcast about space, science, and tech. I'm your host, Will Walden, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about the James Webb Telescope. Now, the James Webb Telescope is a giant space telescope. It's made up of 18 hexagonal mirrors that will be peering into the distant past of our universe. And for the first time, it has finally been assembled. So there's two halves to this thing. There's the bottom half, which is the sun shield and the spacecraft. And on top of that is the telescope. And they had to gently but firmly guide the telescope mechanically into its spot. And they got it right. They put it in there first time. Everything went very well. It's mechanically connected now. And the next step is to put all the electronics together. We haven't put the connectors together yet. That's the basic way of putting it, but they have a lot of electronics for this telescope to work properly. In order to do that, they have to put it all together. So that's the next step. And this thing is insanely big. Like, it's not a small feat to do this. They had to use a giant crane to lift this thing up. And the telescope itself, it's 18 hexagonal pieces. And they're like this. I can't even fit my own arms in the video because it's that big. they're so big. And there's 18 of them. So it's huge and it's heavy, but it's very delicate. And they had to be very gentle when they put it on top of the bottom half of this observatory. That's what this is, a space observatory. So the next big step is to deploy the sun shield. They have to make sure that the sun shield works properly, because if it doesn't, the sun will make the James Webb Telescope too hot. It'll overheat. And then the scientific experiments won't work. Nothing will work on the James Webb Telescope. And therefore, we won't get any science from it. We want to figure out what happened after the Big Bang. That's what the James Webb Telescope is going to tell us. It's also going to tell us everything in between, from the construction of the galaxies to close planets to us, to our solar system. Like, how did these things form? And the James Webb Telescope will help us answer these questions. And the most exciting thing for me is that with the James Webb Space Telescope, we are going to figure out if black holes were formed because of galaxies, or if galaxies were formed because of black holes. We don't really know quite yet, but we do know that there's a black hole in the center of every galaxy. And a really cool thing, the mirror diameter is 21 feet on the Webb Space Telescope. So we're going to see some really cool stuff that we've never seen before. We're going to see some stuff that we've seen before, but we're going to be able to see it differently and better than we have before, because Hubble is smaller than Webb, and we're going to be observing some of the same things that Hubble has observed in the past, but with a bigger and better mirror. So what do you think? What do you think we're going to look at first with the James Webb Space Telescope? Do you think we're going to figure out that black holes are because of galaxies, or do you think galaxies are because of black holes? It's so confusing, but it's going to be so cool to figure this out. Leave it in the comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, give me a sub. And my friends, I will see you soon. Thanks for watching the Space News Pod.